everyone, the price of the Switch 2, all of the specs for it have now been released, and everyone's not really that happy. I think the base Switch 2 price is about $450 American. I'm in Canada, it's like 630 Canadian dollars for me, and it's only gonna get worse, but we'll talk about that. As of right now, people are freaking out at Nintendo and flaming the hell out of them online. It's kind of hilarious about how expensive games are. What they're saying right now is a lot of games are going to be $80 with physical copy purchases for some being $90. So it's getting a little wacky right now. If we take a look here, I did check, and it's actually true that on American websites, it was priced at $69.99 for some games. You know, others like $40, but $79.99. $80 games, Breath of the Wild Nintendo Switch 2 edition, $70, right? Mario Kart World, $80, right? Tears of the Kingdom, $80. Super Mario Party Jamboree, $80, right? Like, it's getting rough. Nintendo Switch, $450. Nintendo Switch with Mario Kart World, save some money. It's $500, right? But not everything's $80, $70, $90, right? So as of right now, everyone's mad at them. People are like, it's too expensive and it's just not for me, right? If we look at the comments, it's a mix, of course. Some people get it, some people are against it. I understand the general idea of having $80 games and whatnot. A lot of people buy deluxe pre-order type editions that are like $110, $20 anyways now. But it's a similar idea. It just, you know, sucks that a lot of the times it's just digital edition, or a whole game doesn't even come on the physical console tab now. Sometimes you'll have to download it online, and it really depends. It's a case-by-case basis. But some people are happy, some people are mad. Like, people get it, other people are like, it's too expensive. But this is kind of the way things are going as of right now. I'll have all of the links for everything in the comments, so remember that. And as always, if you want to support the channel, sub, like, and use Epic Games creator code Pupsker. Check out the socials, all that jazz. We have the closer look at the Nintendo Switch 2, right? It's bigger. It has a sweet dock still. Oh, not bad, not bad. It has a little kickstand. The controllers are bigger, because if the screen's bigger, controllers have to be bigger. It's a better Switch, right? That's irrefutable. And if you're more of a handheld Switch user, you're probably still going to get it, of course, right? I have my PS5, I have my Switch 1, I have my PC, so I'm in no desperate need for a Switch 2, right? Higher resolution, better FPS at 120 up to FPS. A lot of games will still be 60, okay? You're not going to be getting like Final Fantasy 16 at 120 FPS probably, but who really knows? Vivid LCD, right? Apparently, there's also going to be a cheaper version of the Switch in Japan that sells for like $350 or something, or $330, and it's Japanese only. So I wonder what's going on there, man. Probably because it has no shipment fees and it's local, so it's a lot easier if it's created somewhat locally, or close by, I should say. Not locally per se, but close by. Right, new Metroid game. It shows off some of the controls, voice, right? Better voice stuff, not bad. 2 USB ports, fast charge. Oh my god, look at the bad ass back. TV resolution, up-resing, fan ventilation. Yeah, so it's another Switch. You know what to expect. Please don't be glue. Please don't be glue. This is because the HD Rumble Part 2 are directly attached to plastic on the back. Oh no, people are scared it's going to be a crappy glued on Rumbler and it'll just break. See, 80 for digital, 90 for physical, that's a no for me. A lot of people are angry, $80 seems excessive. Great update, 1080p is great, but where's the OLED? There's going to be a Switch 2 and like Switch 2 Pro in a year or two, right? 80 US dollars. Yeah, everyone's kind of mad. Register your interest to buy from my Nintendo store. See, a lot of people are pretty angry right now, and it's understandable for sure. Like, everything's expensive now. Everything's going to get more expensive. And tariffs are going to hit even harder, but we'll talk about that later on, don't worry. Is the Switch 2 worth the price? That is the question. The old Switch model, that was 8 years ago, so it's definitely worth it, okay, don't get me wrong. LCD 720, SDR only, 60 FPS, 32 gig storage. Wow, that's dog shit. I have friggin' like, I need 4 terabytes on my hard drive just for general crappy big file storage, and I need to get like a 3 terabyte SSD, man. 32 gigs on the old Switch. Dang, that's crazy. No digital gamer screen sharing, chat via mobile app, no camera compatibility, 1 USB, 1080p dock, right? But the new one, the handheld, is a 7.9 1080 by default, HDR support up to 120, right? It costs $450. We all knew it was going to be way more expensive because everything's way more expensive. And 8 years for that difference isn't too surprising. 256 gig storage, tiny still, actually fucking atrocious, but that's because it's a Switch. OS integrated, web compatible, local game share, 4K dock, 2 USB-C ports. That's such a funny upgrade to me. Not 1, but 2 USB-C ports. Okay, judge it as you will. Obviously, I'm gonna say this: if you are a mainly Nintendo gamer handheld at all, it's obviously worth the upgrade because the old Switch is old. It's not like a Switch 2 Pro, but if you're on an older Switch, yeah, it's gonna be worth the upgrade if you have the money right now and if you play a lot. If not, probably less so. That's why I'm more so not buying it, but it depends, and I think it always is okay, whatever you do. Nintendo went live today to show off their Switch 2 games. The comments were flooded the entire time with drop the price. Yeah, drop the price, or like they say in Japanese, drop the price. I assume he just Google translated. Everyone was like freaking out, and everyone's yelling. One guy would pay double. Yeah, they'd pay double. 80, 90 should not become the norm. It's a weird argument, right? Obviously, games haven't gotten insanely more expensive comparatively over the years. What's gotten more expensive is microtransactions, how much side stuff they sell you, extra content, DLC, etc. and so forth. Pre-order bonus packs, like super extra editions. Everything in general has gotten more expensive, but we've just been seeing it in different avenues, not in like the base game price for a lot of things. After all, we're killing it playing a ton of awesome free-to-play games where obviously you don't spend any money on the game itself unless you want to get boosts, get an edge, or unlock the full kind of buffs of the game, right? If you have like a, right, Destiny free-to-play versus Destiny, the actual purchase mode, where the free-to-play version might be a demo, Destiny free-to-play demo, Destiny 2. And then you purchase the actual game, which is like DLC, or the free-to-play version is just a nerfed version of the paid version, right? Where you have a free-to-play, but you also have a membership like RuneScape, where you only get a pretty much a beta, but a really big beta with the free-to-play version. Either way, last thing I want to look at, everyone's pissed off, everyone's angry. Last thing, Nintendo Switch pulls pre-orders in US over Trump tariffs. This happened a couple days ago. The Switch 2 has been announced that pre-orders are off the table in the United States. I can't speak. English is difficult. Purely because Trump's tariffs have taken effect, which means they don't know how expensive it's going to be. They were going to have soon, I think on like April 9th, they were going to have pre-orders, but the Trump tariffs came in. So they still say they plan to launch it June 5th, but they announced that the tariffs only apply to the US market. So only the US seemingly is going to get more expensive. Japan's going to stay the same. In Canada, it's 630, so in theory, that's going to stay the same. UK pre-orders will not be affected, so if you're in the UK, good job. So there's a lot of stuff going on, okay? A lot of stuff going on. Confirmed announcement applies to the US only, right? Japan, where the game company is based, has been hit with a 24% tariff, a cost which the firm must swallow or pass on to the consumers. So if the Switch 2 costs 24% more dollars, you're gonna have a $580 Switch, my dudes, and that's gonna be a little rough, okay? Maybe even 600 pretty much. Trump says the global tariffs boost the US economy, protect jobs, everyone's terrified. The stock market has crashed without a doubt. We've lost thousands of dollars, chat. I'm poor as hell, right? I'm gonna be just crying, begging for subs, right? We'll give hugs and kisses for subs on Twitch and YouTube. Join the memberships, of course. Love you. And use the Epic Creator code Pupsker. So there's a lot of tariff reactions, right? Yeah, $450 base, $80 for games. Raise that price by 24%, and guess what? You're not having a fun time. So 450 times 1.24. Yup. The The price for the Switch, if it actually straight up goes 24%, $558. Let's round it to a $559.99. So things are gonna suck. Hopefully it doesn't actually suck. And maybe things will even get reverted in the next 10 days. It depends. Possibly the stock market forced crash was just a way to get rich people even richer because, you know, that's possibly how that's going. Who knows, right? Everything's on fire and we're sad. Let me know what you think. Check out the socials. Thanks, everybody.